You see, the first thing we love is a scene. For love at first sight requires the very sign of its suddenness, and of all things, it is the scene which seems to be seen best for the first time. A curtain parts, and what had not yet ever been seen is devoured by the eyes. The scene consecrates the object I am going to love. The context is the constellation of elements, harmoniously arranged, that encompass the experience of the amorous subject. Love at first sight is always spoken in the past tense. The scene is perfectly adapted to this temporal phenomenon, distinct, abrupt, framed. It is already a memory. The nature of a photograph is not to represent, but to memorialize. The nature of a photograph is not to represent, but to memorialize. This scene has all the magnificence of an accident. I cannot get over having had this good fortune to meet what matches my desire. The gesture is the amorous embrace seems to fulfill. For a long time, the subjects dream of a total union with the loved being, the longing for consumption with the other. In this moment, everything is suspended. Time, law, prohibition. Nothing is exhausted. Nothing is wanted. All desires are abolished. They seem definitively fulfilled. A moment of affirmation. For a certain time, though a finite one, a deranged interval, something has been successful. I have been fulfilled. All my desires abolished by the plenitude of their satisfaction. Roland Barthes, A Lover's Discourse. Fragments.
If I can understand this correctly, what I think Roland Barthes means is that love at first sight is just another image made in a person's head. And maybe that means that it's not real. But just because something is real doesn't mean that we can't feel it. I think that's what he's saying. I'm pretty sure. It all relates back to this thing he talks about, the image repertoire, which basically is like, well, you know when you fall in love with a person and, well, I don't know. Oh yeah, I gotta pay the gas bill. What if they shut off my gas? Wait, can they do that in Chicago? Wait, it's not winter anymore. Maybe they can. Wait, maybe they'll notify my landlord. Oh shit. Well, we'll see, I guess. Gotta wait till payday. I'm brushing really hard. Sometimes I feel like all my teeth are gonna fall out, so I have to brush, but I think I've already said that like a million times before. Oh yeah, image repertoire. Okay, so basically, image repertoire is a series of images that you build up in your head when you fall in love with a person. And according to Roland Barthes, you're never actually in love with the person, you're just in love with the series of images that you've created about this person. It's kind of like the same thing he talks about with photography. Photography is a way to memorialize. It's a way to keep people alive forever, right? Or at least in an object. Is that the right word? I don't know. I really gotta go to bed soon. Okay. So, when you fall in love with a person, you're only falling in love with the set of images because you can never actually know the core, the truth of that person. No two people will actually ever know each other. So you make up these images in your head, and maybe they're based off of real things, but they're still memories and images in your head. I don't know. I think it's kind of sick, but I also think that it's kind of beautiful. Who would have thought I would have fallen in love with Roland Barthes? I mean, it's more of a love affair with his writing. And I'm in love with a lot of writers. Okay, maybe that's enough brushing for now.